Welcome to lesson 3 of GameXero. In today's lesson we'll be looking at how to add our own graphics to our game. Remember, you can download all graphics from my website www.defcon1.net, or of course you can create your own. So let's get started. Okay, so in this lesson we're going to be adding our graphic, which we also call a sprite. So what is a sprite? Well, basically it's just an image and a set of coordinates. What we need to realise is that our coordinates for this image, 0, 0 is the top left corner, and our bottom right corner is 128 by 128. If you want this graphic, you can go onto the website and grab from there, or of course create your own. What you must realise though is that our sprite is still going to be within a rectangle, or in this case a square. Okay, so we can go into our project and we'll click on game content, we right click and we can add an existing item. So if we now look for that existing item, now mine's already in a different project, so I'm just going to grab that from lesson 3. There we go, UFO. If I press the add, it's now added it to our project. But if you do want to edit this picture, make sure you go into the right folder. So what you must do is go into your projects, go into your game, content, open this picture, because Microsoft always copies the image into this folder for you. Okay, so we've now got the picture we want to use. What we need now is two variables. One is going to be the texture itself, the image. So I can just put that into there, a texture 2D, and in this case I've called it the UFO texture. What we're also going to need is the position, and for that we're going to use a vector. The vector will simply create a 2D coordinate. In this case I've called it UFO pos for position. I'm also initializing that to 0, so it'll always draw in the 0, 0 coordinates, the top left of the screen. If I now just come down to our load content, this way I actually tell it to load this graphic over here into our game, otherwise it won't do anything. And for that we go UFO texture, oops, there we go, equals, no, clumsy typing, content dot load. We'll tell it it's going to be a texture 2D that we're loading. Now we do not need to put the file extension in, we just simply type in UFO. So whether you've got a PNG or a bitmap, it doesn't matter, it'll just load that, because in the semicolon. So that's now loaded the graphic into our game. The next bit we're going to do is just drop down straight into our, actually no, we're going to put some coordinates in. So our UFO position, I want it to be further over the screen, so I can just UFO position dot x equals 100, and UFO position dot y equals 100. As I'm sure you probably guessed, that means it's going to be 100 across and 100 down the screen. Okay, again later on is where we'll actually put some things to move our graphics, but we're just going to go into draw. Now this is the code we're going to use for that. We need to use our sprite batch, which you may have seen for the global variables. So this tells it we're going to start beginning drawing 2D graphics. We're now going to draw our texture at this position, and then we're just going to end our sprite batch. So now if we run the program, F5, there we go, there's our UFO. And before we move on, we could just nip up to our update position. What we could do now, quite easily, is just put UFO position dot x, and I'm going to say add 5 pixels every single frame. And I'm going to put UFO position dot y plus equals 5. So again, same again, it's going to add 5 to the direction. So if we press F5 now, we should see our UFO flying off screen, and there we go, it's gone for good. Okay, that's the end of adding graphics to your game. Okay, thanks for watching lesson 3. In lesson 4 we'll be looking at how we can make our characters move using the keyboard. See you then.